keeps entrepreneurs from connecting and collaborating is trust. If you've never collaborated and saw the of collaboration, then you don't know that you need to. If there is individuals who have strengths that you don't have, and you complement each other, you have those thought partners, those accountability partners that you really can work with well together, the outcome is just amazing. I have been in 5 collaboration books. One of the benefits for me is the time piece, because when you're writing your own book, it does take time. Then secondly, you are opened up to so many more people than you would ever do by yourself. Just the benefit of expanding your reach and your circle is also a benefit in collaboration. I really feel that every entrepreneur needs a book because it helps validate what you're doing. You do the work. You are out there making money off of what you're doing. I like to know what it is that you're doing as an entrepreneur. Tell us your story. Everyone has a story, which is why I highlight entrepreneurs in the Grind Entrepreneur Network, because I am giving them a question of the day. They are detailing their questions and their responses, and you're getting to know who that entrepreneur is. And so with a book, you're able to do that. Your audience, your clients, your customers, they're able to see who you are as a person and not just as that CEO or that boss that you are of your business. The mission of the Grind Entrepreneur Network is really quite simple. It is to support, connect, develop, and highlight entrepreneurs. The network is just amazing, and so I'm really so glad for that, because when I need services done, I go to my network to see who I can invest in. I really want to do something to help support and highlight entrepreneurs who are on their grind, and that's really how the Grind Entrepreneur Network was born. So Perfect Time SHP, that is really a passion. That is a coaching and consulting firm, and I really just focus on leadership development. I look at those career professionals as well as entrepreneurs. If you are in need of a leadership development coach, if you just need some steps, some guidance, some how-tos on getting your entrepreneur journey started, if you want to up-level your career, certainly reach out to me. Also, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to connect with others that are all across the United States and beyond, and also be highlighted and featured in our Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight each month, definitely reach out to SharonHPorter.com, and I would love to connect and collaborate with you so that we can definitely support your efforts and make sure that you get the results that you want in your business. Custom clothier. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram at James Adele CC, as well as Shirley Lou Finance at ShirleyLouFinance.com. Our book of the week and author of the week is Faith for Fiery Trials, and our author spotlight is Dr. Mary J. Huntley. Go on over to the I Am Dr. Sharon show so you can click on the link and check out this wonderful anthology of testimonials of individuals that have just made it through faith in trials. I'm telling you, Dr. Mary J. Huntley. And guys, I have to give a shout out to an event that I took place last night. It was absolutely phenomenal. It was the Women Walking in Virtue, Walking in Excellence, the Deborah C. Offer Bulgen Foundation Award. Just absolutely excited. I was absolutely honored when I was awarded for the education, for my work in education. I just want to thank Dr. Tashika Green. It was just so fabulous. My wonderful certificate. So I just want to say, Tashika, it was just phenomenal, and I applaud you for your efforts in making sure that your mom's legacy lives. I love it. I love it. It was so many wonderful awardees last night, 11 total.
This was the 4th annual, and those of you who know me know that 4 is significant for me. So I was just honored to be a part of the 4th annual event last night. So Tashika Green, hats off to you and thank you. So guys, I tell you, we're going to be right back with my first guest. I have Miss Michelle Morgan Spady and Miss Brenda Johnson. So we're going to be right back with our first guest.
Shirley Liu has been in the financial services industry for over 20 years and is committed to securing your financial future through sound financial planning, education, and even training for those who want to start a career in financial services. Through innovative retirement, savings, and educational programs powered by First Financial Security Incorporated, Shirley Liu and her team prepare you to thrive with your money. Accredited by the BBB, Shirley Liu Finance is safe and sound investing.
And we are back. I have my lovely 2 guests here, all educators up here. I'm loving that. We have Michelle Spady and we have Brenda Johnson. So just a little bit about them. Michelle Morgan Spady is an author. She's a mentor, speaker, and entrepreneur. Her published titles include children's books and women's contemporary fiction. She works closely with her young adult son, an artist, on children's books projects. Her fiction titles include co-authoring the Great Falls Writers Group and the Sudden Infant Death Syndrome SIDS community, When Women Connect, Friendships Discovered in Unlikely Places, compiled by, is it Tyrora?
Yes.
Tyrora, I got it right,
yes.
Moody. And then it's her latest literary project in which she co-authored with Miss Brenda Johnson. And Miss Brenda Johnson is truly a teacher who loves her work and her students. And all of her students love her back. I love that. With her latest project, When Women Connect, Extraordinary Stories of Sisterhood and Solid Advice for Finding Meaningful Connections, she can now add author to her achievements. Brenda co-authored with Michelle Morgan Spady an essay titled Friendship Discovered in Unlikely Places. I am so excited to have Michelle and Brenda. Welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And this beautiful book, When Women Connect, it is an anthology project, and I love anthologies, ladies. And so I just want you to first start out by telling a little bit about why you chose to be a part of this project. And Michelle, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Brenda.
I was approached by Tyra, the person who compiled the book, and I just love the theme, the whole thing about when women connect.
Yes.
And I've been using it lately, like when women connect, it's an awesome thing.
Yes.
When women connect, it's powerful.
Absolutely.
You know, so I love the title.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what about you, Brenda? Why did you decide to join this project?
Well, Michelle thought it might be a good project for me since it's my first
Right, absolutely.
time doing something like this, and I always enjoy working with Michelle. So when she said, Brenda, come and do this with me, I was game to do it with
I
her.
love it. And you ladies had a launch yesterday. Oh my
Yes,
goodness, I
nice.
want to hear all about it.
Oh, it was so nice. The turnout was great. You know, we were surrounded by friends and family, and Brenda's daughter, Carol, she was our little MC who brought
I
a
love
lot
that.
to it. It was
That's
really awesome, and we were able to talk about the book in our chapter and why it's important that women connect.
Absolutely.
So I thought, and Brenda, your take on it?
I thought it was really nice, and it was fun.
Yes,
It was very
fun.
relaxing. We were around people that we love and we know. And it went very well, and I thought it was nice that we could just be ourselves.
I love that. And so let's talk a little bit about your chapters. As I always say, we just give them enough because we want them to buy the book. So we're not going to tell it all. But I want you to start with the title of your chapter and then just tell us a little bit about your chapter.
Well, quickly, the title is Friendship Discovered in Unlikely Places, because that's kind of how Brenda and I met. We met at a church setting environment. We haven't known each other all our lives, and we formed a friendship from just meeting at church, because we are totally different people. We have different backgrounds, but there's some connection. We found some commonality. We're starting with the education piece, both of us being past teachers, and on and on. And I don't know, it was just something, and I like empowering and encouraging women to do things and step out and try something you haven't tried before. And she had said she wanted to be a writer, and we've tried a project, and we haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
But when this came, I thought, oh, one chapter, that's a good
start.
Yeah,
That's
a good start for her.
That's
So,
right, a good first step,
yeah.
exactly. And you know, I work with aspiring authors, so I'm always glad to know. My thing is write the book now. Go ahead and get it done. So I'm glad to see that you stepped out. And this is, like I said before, a wonderful first step. Do you have aspirations of writing more now?
I think so.
Yes.
It was a challenge
Yes.
to get started because I'm very structured.
Okay.
And by having Michelle to kind of
Guide
guide
you,
me along,
yes.
made it much easier. And also working with Michelle was so much fun.
Okay.
And so I think I would like to maybe continue in some form.
I love that. And Michelle, you've authored several books.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you use your son, you work with your son who is an artist. That is so he actually does some of your illustrations.
Yes, he has in one of the books, actually two on bullying for the children's books. And from there, I took one of the characters out, and now she has her own book, Kiana, as class president. But more importantly is he's coming out with his solo project November 3rd, his own book of about 48 of thousands of his drawings.
Wow.
And so we're excited. I'm working on that project too
my
right now.
goodness.
And he's having a little tour, we have 3 tour dates. And so anyway, inspiring, encouraging,
Yes.
pushing somebody else on.
And that's what you have
it's all
to do.
about.
You know, that's exactly what it's all about. And I just want to really go a little deeper with when women connect, because you said it's awesome, it's powerful, it's impactful. But we know that women together we cannot be reckoned with. We know that once we get together, and I say truly be together, not just talking the talk, but walking the walk, it's so important. So talk to me a little bit about really the importance of women sticking together and being that force to bring forth whatever it is.
Well, for me, I just feel like we have so much baggage anyway. and we compete in our jobs, we compete with other women. It seems like there's always an element of competition instead of us reaching back, one pulling another one. Like, we thank you so much for inviting us today.
Absolutely.
You know, you're just awesome, but that's another show. But that's how I felt about women, you know, and sometimes we hold grudges that last forever and forever. We forget sometimes what the problem was, you know, and so, and I think Brenda and I met, you know, we talked on a Christian spiritual level, and that kind of helped us too, because I think Christ was in the middle of us, and that is awesome. That really helps. That really helps. So that's how I just feel strongly about. And I didn't just get here overnight either. It has taken some growth, some maturation, some development to say some stuff, just let it go.
Just let it go.
You feel so much better. Just let it go, whatever, you know.
And Brenda, what about you? The importance of women connecting. What is the importance to you?
I think it's a support system. We motivate each other in so many aspects of life. Even when working in education, it's hard to get anything done if teachers don't work together.
Yes.
Because you're trying to do what's best for the students. So in order for you to do what's best for the students, you do have to connect with everybody in the school, and it's the same in the church, I find.
Absolutely.
You find friendships in churches, you find connections with other women in churches to do so many different things. So it's important for women to connect in the society that we live in, because we're always reaching out to support somebody else in so many different things.
Absolutely.
And Michelle, I think with the connection with us being in church, making a connection with each other, and then developing a friendship.
Wow.
So when you develop a connection with somebody and then you are able to develop a friendship as well,
Absolutely.
then that connects, it forms a bond.
I love that.
And I think when you form a bond with somebody, then it's lasting.
I love that. I tell you. I love it. I tell you, and the friendship is really the beauty of it all, you know? So you connected and took it to the next level. I absolutely love that. So where can people find this wonderful book?
Actually, 2 ways.
Okay.
But the first way, the most important way, is to go to my business website of www.be-artful.com.
Yes, exactly. And what about from you, Brenda?
Well, I'm working with
We are working with Michelle. Okay, I love it.
I couldn't call her to get in the website.
That is, I love it.
She's like, let's do. You're already there. Let's do it.
Okay.
So, yeah, we trust each other.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I love that. So awesome. So what about a social media following? Do you have ways for people to connect with you guys?
Yeah, we're on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely, so just look, is it with your name? Is it your name?
I'm sorry,
Okay.
at Michelle Spady.
Okay.
.com, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know if you Google, I'll come up.
You'll come up. There you go. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
So guys, again, we've been talking with Michelle Morgan Spady and Brenda Johnson. They have co-authored in this wonderful anthology, When Women Connect. I love that. That title is so powerful. So Brenda and Michelle, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of the show. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so
So
much.
guys, you definitely want to connect with Michelle and Brenda. So we're going to be right back with my next guest, so you do not want to miss a beat. We'll be right back.
What keeps entrepreneurs from connecting and collaborating is trust. If you've never collaborated and saw the benefits of collaboration, then you don't know that you need to. If there is individuals who have strengths that you don't have, and you complement each other, you have those thought partners, those accountability partners that you really can work with well together, the outcome is just amazing. I have been in 5 collaboration books. One of the benefits for me is the time piece, because when you're writing your own book, it does take time. Then secondly, you are opened up to so many more people than you would ever do by yourself. Just the benefit of expanding your reach and your circle is also a benefit in collaboration. I really feel that every entrepreneur needs a book because it helps validate what you're doing. You do the work. You are out there making money off of what you're doing. I like to know what it is that you're doing as an entrepreneur. Tell us your story. Everyone has a story, which is why I highlight entrepreneurs in the Grind Entrepreneur Network, because I am giving them a question of the day. They are detailing their questions and their responses, and you're getting to know who that entrepreneur is. And so with a book, you're able to do that. Your audience, your clients, your customers, they're able to see who you are as a person and not just as that CEO or that boss that you are of your business. The mission of the Grind Entrepreneur Network is really quite simple. It is to support, connect, develop, and highlight entrepreneurs. The network is just amazing. And so I'm really so glad for that, because when I need services done, I go to my network to see who I can invest in. You know, I really want to do something to help support and highlight entrepreneurs who are on their grind. And that's really how the Grind Entrepreneur Network was born. So Perfect Time SHP, that is really a passion. That is a coaching and consulting firm, and I really just focus on leadership development. I look at those career professionals as well as entrepreneurs. If you are in need of a leadership development coach, if you just need some steps, some guidance, some how-tos on getting your entrepreneur journey started, if you want to up-level your career, certainly reach out to me. Also, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to connect with others that are all across the United States and beyond, and also be highlighted and featured in our Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight each month, definitely reach out to SharonHPorter.com, and I would love to connect and collaborate with you so that we can definitely support your efforts and make sure that you get the results that you want in your business.
And we are back, guys. My next guest is Miss Anita Gibson. She is an author. She's a speaker and educational strategist. Since 2002, she has served the community by introducing youth and parents to academic success strategies. Her desire is to show each parent how to find their child's star qualities so they can win. Anita Gibson, we finally connected. Yes. How are you?
Doing well.
Awesome. And so I definitely want to dive in to Star Finder. I tell you, this is happening to be an educational show today. I love it. First, I want you to tell just a little more about your background.
Okay, so I'm actually a homeschool mom.
Okay.
We've homeschooled for almost 20 years, 3 children all the way through. And then we ended up helping other people homeschool. And so this book has come out of just the heart to understand the unique beauty of every child.
Wow, so interesting. So let's talk about Starfinder.
Okay.
And the subtitle it really says it all: discovering strategies to help your struggling student win. Let's talk about the struggling student, because we know that that's a reality. I'm an educator, public school educator, and struggling students, that's part of the dynamic. So talk about your work with the struggling student.
So my daughter, we have 3 children. Our oldest, everything she touched, I don't remember teaching her how to read. But her sister was different. And the phenomenon for me was when your oldest child, it comes out like that, you think all the kids are going to be like that. And so when the second one was born, and she was different, she learned different, she thought different, she had no learning disabilities, she just learned differently. I realized I was prejudiced. And that I had, in my mind, a certain way you're supposed to learn. And if you don't learn that way, you're not as good. And so I think a part of the struggling student issue is not that the student is not amazing. We just get so focused on what they can't do that we don't spend time finding out what they can do. And so with that daughter, we began to find out what she did well. She loved animals. So we began to let her be the animal doctor, so to speak, in the house. She was the only one that could have pets. The people in the neighborhood would come and, the bird fell out the tree, and they'd bring them to Danielle. Or, I found this frog, what do I do? true. She was struggling with reading, but because we used her passion to help her become or to know how amazing she was, her reading started to improve, because now I need to find out, what do I need to do for that rabbit? Or how can I help that person with that frog? And so we took the thing she loved and used it to help her with the thing that was a struggle.
Absolutely. And starting with passion, and we know that the passion is all of it.
Absolutely.
For anything.
That's right.
So I love that you took that and helped with the academic part of her life.
Exactly.
I love that. And so I want to just start with one of the chapters. It's parents are more powerful than they think. That chapter. So I want you to talk about that, because whether parents are homeschooling or whether they're helping their child that's in a public or private school, they are more powerful than they think. Talk about that.
So sometimes as a parent, we feel like because we don't have a degree or we don't have a certain level of experience with education, that we have to take a back seat to what the experts think about our child. But what we don't realize is we are the expert in our child.
Yes.
We know them better than anyone else. And sometimes educators or experts, they're giving us direction for our child, and in our gut, in our heart, we know that's not going to work. But because we don't feel confident enough, we won't say what we think, and we'll go along with what they say, and then 2 years down the road, what was in our heart is still trying to come out because we're doing what somebody else said. But when God gives you the child, he gives you the authority to have the power to know and learn what the child needs.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And parents need to know that.
Yes.
Because so many times they do rely on what the educator
That's right.
says.
And there's value in the educator.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so it's not a one or the other, but sometimes in our hearts, we just know it's something. This child needs something different.
Exactly.
You know, and I see parents who stuff that down, and now the child's in high school, struggling with all their academics, and now the parent says, okay, I'm going to try a smaller class size. I'm going to try an individualized program. But in reality, they knew that back when that child was in kindergarten.
Wow. That's amazing. It really is. And so let's go on to one more. I tell you, you can't pour from an empty cup. And so, and let me tell you, first of all, I love your chapter titles because they really manifest through so many different things.
That's true.
So let's talk about that empty cup and how you've got to feel yourself.
Oh my goodness. Moms.
Yes.
If I could talk to moms. We are everything.
Yes.
We do everything. We're the chauffeur and the maid and the laundress, and sometimes we get so focused in on trying to help everybody else that sometimes we miss out on the fact that we need help. Yes. And it's just like when you're in an airplane and you know it's an emergency and those cups come down. What do they say? If you're riding with a child, put the oxygen on you first, then you can help your child. We don't remember that as moms. And we're wondering, why do I feel stressed out? Why am I depressed? We keep pushing, but it's not with joy. It's not with happiness, because we have not put in our lives spaces where we take a chance, a place for us to rest, to restore, to renew, so that then we can go out and give our best to that child.
I love that. I tell you. And so what made you decide to homeschool?
Wow, that's a deep one.
It is.
So I, like I said, have homeschooled over 25 years. I'm not a public school basher because everybody can't homeschool. But for us, it was about making sure our children had our values. It was almost like an opportunity to kind of disciple them, to spend time with them. When you're with them every day, they get on your last nerve. You know, and a lot of people say, I'm not homeschooling because they get on my nerves when they go to school every day. And so I had to push past that, but there were things that they needed that I knew that smaller, hands-on environment would create. And when people use the word homeschool these days, we have to explain, because sometimes people think of this mom sitting at a table, kitchen table with their child one-on-one. That's not homeschool anymore. Some moms do that, but many of us we have co-ops where we go to class
classes 2 days a week. We have tutors who come in and help us on the other days. We go to STEM classes. There's so much going on. We actually have to be careful to make sure we're getting the work done, because homeschool is a whole nother world. It's about the home being the place that makes the decisions about that child's academics, what curriculum I want to use, what the class size is going to look like, who I want to tutor them in math. That's what homeschool is.
I love it. So are there supports out there? Are there groups out there for individuals who are maybe contemplating homeschooling their child?
Absolutely. So I'm the administrator for a homeschool program at First Baptist Church of Glenarden. Shabak is the name of our school, and we've been there since 1996. We have over 80 students in our program right now. We do oversight where we are like prepaid legal for families, where we see them 3 times out the year. We're checking and helping them make sure they're on track, they're following the rules for the county. We have classes that we offer all the way from algebra to down to kindergarten, classes for kindergartners. We provide all kinds of supports. I have a tutoring learning center in Bowie that helps if you just need help with tutoring. There's some parents who work and they still homeschool. Wow. Most people don't realize that you can
how
do
does that happen?
So for example, we have parents who send their students to Shabbat on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The classes are from 9 to 3. They get tutors who give them instruction, they give them homework, they check the homework, and then some people will come to my learning center on a Monday, a Wednesday, or a Friday, and they'll get additional help with the work that the tutors have given them. And they go there from maybe 9 to 2. And so parents have the opportunity to be able to still give their child that small, individualized environment, even though they may have to work.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize that piece of it.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So, one more. Your child has no greater advocate than you.
Okay. Again, it kind of goes back to what you said before about the power of a parent. So there's a story. Back in the day, Ivanhoe. Do you know about Ivanhoe?
I do.
And there was a woman, she was a Jewess named Rebecca, and at the end of this story, this Jewess was accused of witchcraft, and the way the church decided whether she was guilty or not was if a champion would stand up for her, and if the champion won, then that would say, okay, you're not a witch. But if he lost, not only was she a witch and she would be killed, this is their perception, but the champion would be killed too. And so when I use the word champion, I think of that story. Because as she called out for someone to please help her, no one came. But eventually, right as they were about to light up the branches to burn her up, someone came from a distance riding on a horse, and it was Ivanhoe. And he became her champion. He fought for her, and he won. And I say to parents today, our kids are crying out, I need somebody that's going to go beyond what the teacher says or what the principal says or what people think about me. I need someone that will believe in me, even if that means their life is on the line. I need a champion. And God has created parents to be just that. You're already it.
Right.
Sometimes we just don't know
Don't realize it.
You are the champion.
Absolutely.
And you can stand in the gap for your child and make a difference.
I love it. I love it. So where can people connect with you? Where can they buy this wonderful book, Starfinder? Where can they connect with you?
So Starfinder, you can get it on Amazon. Just put in my name, Anita Gibson, and it'll pop right up. I'm on most social media as Anita Gibson EDU. Oh, you got it.
Absolutely. I love it, Anita. I tell you. So what's next for you? Is there something that's in the works that you can share? What's next?
Well, I tell you, I keep getting parents who are saying, when are we going to do a workshop or we need a conference? And so that's the next thing that I'm working on. Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I tell you, guys, you want to connect with Anita Gibson, especially if you have an idea that you might want to homeschool. If you are homeschooling and need some assistance, definitely connect and definitely get her book, Starfinder. You can purchase it on Amazon. Anita Gibson, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Guys, we're going to be right back with another quick break. I have another dynamic guest coming up just for you. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Are you a business owner or author? Advertise on the I Am Dr. Sharon Show. The Dr. Sharon Show will promote your business with viewers across the United States and beyond. Contact us, iamdrsharonshow.com for more information.
Shirley Liu has been in the financial services industry for over 20 years and is committed to securing your financial future through sound financial planning, education, and even training for those who want to start a career in financial services. Through innovative retirement, savings, and educational programs powered by First Financial Security Incorporated, Shirley Liu and her team prepare you to thrive with your money. Accredited by the BBB, Shirley Liu Finance is safe and sound investing.
Back, guys. Oh my gosh, my next guest is so special to me. She is Miss LaTanya at Southern, and let me just tell you, she is a wonderful educator. She is currently an administrator in the Prince George's County Public School System. She is also an author, and I tell you, and an advocate for children with disabilities. LaTanya at Southern, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Gotta give you a hug.
Thank you.
I
made it by hook or by crook.
Yes, you did, and I appreciate that.
No problem.
So I gave just a little bit about you, but I would love for you to take the time to just share a little more about your endeavors.
Okay. As Dr. Sharon said, my name is LaTanya Sothern. I'm a native Washingtonian. Yay! I am an educator with the Prince George's County Public School Systems. I've been with the system for over 20 years. I am an author of 2 books. One of them I wanted to share about today. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I'm a tireless advocate for children, and specifically children with disabilities and families of children with disabilities as well.
Absolutely. And you just recently received the 2018 Achi magazine, the Educator of the Year.
Yes,
so congratulations for that.
Thank you.
That is
Thank
so
you
awesome.
so much.
Oh, that is so awesome. So let's talk about Victory Through the Rainbow, Living with Pregnancy and Infant Loss. Tomorrow is a very special day.
Yes, it is.
So talk about that first.
So October, even though it is a month of awarenesses, October is also Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, and tomorrow is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day, Remembrance Day, and it's really a day dedicated to women who have had issues with fertility, women who have lost children during their pregnancy or very shortly after birth. A lot of times we don't have an opportunity or take the opportunity to grieve our children or to join and link up with other women who have gone through the same thing as we have. And so one of the things I decided to do was because I had gone through the journey myself. I had 2 miscarriages prior to having my first son. My first son had a myriad of special needs at birth, and then my second son, I carried full term, and he passed away right after birth, approximately 8 hours after birth. And so as I was going through my different challenges with fertility and having babies and losing babies, so many different women have come to me with their own stories, but it was almost like it was a secret thing. Nobody wanted to talk about it out loud. Almost, to some extent, I always say we're kind of like a sorority because you have this link together that joins you, and other people don't really always understand. They empathize, they sympathize with you, but they don't really experience it. So in order to get women to talk about it and to share their experiences, connect, and to get healing from each other, I decided to write a book. I asked 6 other women who've gone through a pregnancy loss or an infant loss to join with me, or several, to join, and they each wrote a chapter of the book And each expression of their experiences were different. And so because it was 7 women, I was really inspired to relate the book to a rainbow, because they say when you are attempting to have a baby after you've had a loss, they consider that your rainbow baby. So I actually have 2 rainbow babies. My oldest son is my rainbow, and my youngest son is my rainbow. So the title of the book is called Victory Through the Rainbow, Living with Pregnancy and Infant Loss. And how do you maintain and accomplish victory while you're still attempting to have that other baby, whether or not you actually have the baby, because in the book you'll find that not everyone was successful in being able to give birth to a child. One young lady went to the adoption phase. One woman never even had a baby. We're all different women of different ages, different races, different beliefs, but we all have that one common bond.
Wow. And I tell you, and I had the pleasure of participating in the launch last year, and it was so powerful.
Yes.
And actually, before that, I had not even really known about the Rainbow Child. And to me, for me, that's the biggest thing that I want to get out, because if it's not in your immediate circle, you're not really aware.
That's correct.
So it just opened my eyes to so much being a part of that. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was talked about at your launch was what to say.
Yes.
And I thought that was so important, because people may not know what to say.
And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Whenever people are dealing with grief, we always want to comfort the person, but we never really can come up with the right words. And some people want to say, oh, that's okay, you'll have another baby, or, well, at least you could get pregnant. And that's really not what you want to hear in the moment. Right. A lot of times it's easy just to say, tell me what you can do, what I can do for you. Or sometimes you don't even have to ask, you can just do. I'll just come by your house and wash some clothes for you. I'll just come by your house and sit with you. If you just need me to sit with you, I'll do that. I'll bring you some tissues, or I'll bring some food, or whatever the case may be. Those are some of the things that for me and other women were very, very comforting. Of course, knowing that people's intentions are always very positive, and so they're not, when they say things, they're not saying things to hurt your feelings, but just at the time, saying little and doing much actually has a bigger impact.
I love that. And so I wanted to talk about how you structured the book, because it was very unique. It's not by authors, at least their name.
No.
Talk about how this anthology was structured.
Okay, so again, as it's called Victory Through the Rainbow, we went through the colors of the rainbow. If I used to teach kindergarten, so Roy G. Biv is always in my head. Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet. So each woman is named after, each chapter is based on a woman who is associated with the color. So the first color of the woman in the chapter, her name is Rose. That's not her actual name. But we have Rose, we have Amber that represents orange, we have Sunny that represents yellow, we have, what was my blue name? I can't remember. We have a name that represents each color, and the last Royal is the blue, Jade is green, and Violet is the purple color, and Ivory is white. And so each beginning of each chapter, there's just a description about the color, how I chose that name, and how it relates to each woman and her story. And so I really tried to make sure that it was personalized but depersonalized at the same time.
I love it. I really do. And so let's talk about the importance of tomorrow.
Okay, yes. Again, tomorrow is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. So one of the things that I found throughout my own journey in trying to understand my body and what was going on, I found out that when you're talking about pregnancies, 1 out of every 4 pregnancies ends in a loss. So that's 25%. So, and not just that, but 1 out of 8 women in a room, or 1 out of 8 women have experienced a loss. So if you think about it, 25% of pregnancies, whether they be known or unknown, ends in a miscarriage or ends in some type of loss. It's so common, and it's so common, yet it's so very hush-hush and very secretive and not talked about. And my goal is for us to bring that out into the light. So Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day is just about doing that, giving women the space to talk about their lost children. I'm actually planning to do something myself personally tomorrow to memorialize my middle son, J. Raphael, who I talked about in the book, and really give women the opportunity to celebrate those babies, those angel babies that we may or may not have gotten an opportunity to hold, but still understand the significance and the impact of their lives here on the earth and inside of us while they were here.
I love that. So what is your message to the parents? And that's another thing that came out at your launch. It's not just the mom.
Yes, it's not.
Right, because that loss is felt actually throughout the family.
It is.
And so that was important as well. But what is your message to those who are just going through that?
Yes. My message is you're not alone. There's so many women and so many families who are going through the same thing. I am married. My husband went through a loss just as I did, and he needed his own space to grieve and still try to comfort me at the same time. But I had to recognize and make sure that we gave credence to his process as well. And grandparents are involved, and church members and families and extended family. So really, my message is to embrace each other, know the value of your love for each other, the value of your connections, but make sure that you know that just like with any grief, there's no time stamp on your grief. You don't have a set amount of time in which you're expected to heal. Go through your process, get through it, but support each other and love each other throughout it.
I love it, guys. And definitely, if you are in need of that support, reach out to someone. Reach out to LaTanya. She is the person that you want to contact. Just a very moving book in that launch. Just everything together. And so I appreciate it, and I'm glad we were able to do this right before tomorrow.
Yes.
Because again, it's just not something that people are aware of if they're not directly connected.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
How can people connect with you?
You can connect with me on all of the socials. I do have a website. My website is www.southernsolutions.com. The solutions with an S. You can reach out to me on Facebook on my page, LaTanya S. Southern. If you search it on Facebook, the page will come up. Also, I'm on Twitter and Instagram. My business profile on Instagram and Twitter is Southern Solution on Instagram and Twitter. And that's Southern with no U. Please don't put a U in the Southern. You will not find me. And then on my professional Twitter account is LaTanya S. Southern. Also, I wanted to let you know that if you Google pregnancy and infant loss remembrance, there's a wealth of resources. Wow. There are different websites that you can go to if you have a family member who's had a loss and you do want to know what to say. That will direct you to that. Also, if you purchase my book, in the back of it, there's a resource directory as well that will give you places where you can go to get resources for yourself and for a loved one if you need to.
And where are all the places they can purchase?
You can purchase this. At this time, you can purchase it on Amazon. If you reach out to me on my website, www.southernsolutions.com, I can personally send you a signed copy of it if you contact me directly. But if you just want to get a copy real quick, you can go to Amazon and get this book, and then you can also get my first book, which is about my oldest son, The Birth of an Advocate, on Amazon.
Guys, there you have it. LaTanya S. Southern, no you, who is CEO and President of Southern Education Solutions, LLC, and the author of Victory Through the Rainbow, Living with Pregnancy and Infant Loss. Thank you, LaTanya.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Guys, we're taking our final break because we have our last guest coming up, and she is Miss Bridgette Davis, so we'll be right back.
What keeps entrepreneurs from connecting and collaborating is trust. If you've never collaborated and saw the benefits of collaboration, then you don't know that you need to. If there is individuals who have strengths that you don't have, and you complement each other, you have those thought partners, those accountability partners that you really can work with well together, the outcome is just amazing. I have been in 5 collaboration books. One of the benefits for me is the time piece, because when you're writing your own book, it does take time. Then secondly, you are opened up to so many more people than you would ever do by yourself. Just the benefit of expanding your reach and your circle is also a benefit in collaboration. I really feel that every entrepreneur needs a book because it helps validate what you're doing. You do the work, you are out there making money off of what you're doing. I like to know what it is that you're doing as an entrepreneur. Tell us your story. Everyone has a story, which is why I highlight entrepreneurs in the Grind Entrepreneur Network, because I am giving them a question of the day. They are detailing their questions and their responses, and you're getting to know who that entrepreneur is. And so with a book, you're able to do that. Your audience, your clients, your customers, they're able to see who you are as a person and not just as that CEO or that boss that you are of your business. The mission of the Grind Entrepreneur Network is really quite simple. It is to support, connect, develop, and highlight entrepreneurs. The network is just amazing, and so I'm really so glad for that, because when I need services done, I go to my network to see who I can invest in. You know, I really want to do something to help support and highlight entrepreneurs who are on their grind, and that's really how the Grind Entrepreneur Network was born. So Perfect Time SHP, that is really a passion. That is a coaching and consulting firm, and I really just focus on leadership development. I look at those career professionals as well as entrepreneurs. If you are in need of a leadership development coach, if you just need some steps, some guidance, some how-tos on getting your entrepreneur journey started, if you want to up-level your career, certainly reach out to me. Also, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to connect with others that are all across the United States and beyond, and also be highlighted and featured in our Grind Entrepreneur Network Spotlight each month, definitely reach out to SharonHPorter.com, and I would love to connect and collaborate with you so that we can definitely support your efforts and make sure that you get the results that you want in your business.
And we are back, guys. I am so excited to welcome Ms. Bridgette Davis, who is also known as Khadijah. She hails from Washington, D.C. She is the mother of 2. She is the publisher and CEO of U Style Magazine and creator and host of the U Style Magazine live talk radio show, and the newest family member of Urban Style Media. Welcome, and welcome to the family.
I'm so glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Back on air.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I am just elated. I tell you guys, y'all better watch Urban Style Media, honey. We got something coming for you. What? When I tell you. Oh my God. So, Bridgette, we've got to start with just a little more of your background. I shared just a little bit, but share a little more of how you got started in all of this.
Oh my goodness. You know what? My background is so extensive because I started doing hair when I graduated from high school. That was over 20 years ago. And then from that, I went into healthcare, which I'm still in healthcare now. I've been in healthcare for probably about 25 years. And back in 2000, I started a print magazine called Capital City Magazine. The printing was a little bit expensive for me, so that, of course, disbanded. So I was sitting about, I guess maybe 2 years ago now, I was sitting in my bedroom in a state of depression, honestly, just not being happy with what was going on in my life. And I just felt like I need something to do. So it was brought up to me, well, hey, why don't you start your magazine back up? Well, I knew I didn't have the money to go to do another print magazine. So I said, you know what? That's a good idea, so why don't I start an online magazine? So that's what I did. I went to CVS, I bought me a notebook,
And I got me a pen and I sat down and I basically designed my entire online magazine in a notebook. Wow. And I went and got a webmaster because I love to read. So that's really one thing that I like, which is why I like to write. I don't have a format when I write, I just write. Okay. I've never gone to school for journalism. But again, like I just know what I like to read and I like to write.
I love it.
And I started writing, you know, as a child. I started writing songs and stuff as a child, so I just always liked to write. So I started the online magazine. That went really well. And from there, with a couple of my cousins, we started an internet radio show called The Four Networking Chicks. And so from there, I was like, hey, you know what? I really like this. So I decided to take on U-Style Magazine online, and I decided to turn that into our U-Style Magazine radio show. I love it. Exactly. So it's basically a lifestyle magazine and radio show. I love it. And we talk to entrepreneurs and physicians and, you know, just the gamut of people, you know, political people, and we talk to a gamut of people. I love it. And I love it.
Oh my God. And your show is going to be Sundays at 3 o'clock.
Exactly.
And when do you start?
I will start on the 21st. Okay. I will start on the 21st. That is so exciting. And my very first show, I'm going to be, I'll be talking to like 4 breast cancer survivors. Awesome. So that will be a great show in honor of Breast Cancer Month. I love it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy to be here with you guys.
It's so exciting, guys. And I tell you, and you know, with the magazine, I'm sure, like you said, you started out with the print. Yes. You went over to e, because I tell you, and right now that's where it is.
Exactly.
The e-magazine is where it is. So tell me about some of your features.
I feature pretty much lifestyle, health, beauty, entertainment, entrepreneurship. What else do we do? And that's pretty much it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So anything within that realm.
That realm. Okay.
Exactly.
I love it. And so your show is going to really mirror that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. My show is a spin-off from the online magazine. Exactly. Yeah. It's just a lot easier for me to just bring my guests to me. Absolutely. And we sit down and we just cover everything in an hour.
I love that. Yeah. And so you said something that was very powerful. You don't or did not have a background in journalism. And that is the one thing that I always tell people. You don't have to have the credentials. Exactly. As long as you can get the knowledge and the will. Exactly. To go forth into whatever you want to do.
Exactly. And I tell you, because you're exactly right. Because I have tons and tons of books. Yes. Like anytime I want to, or decide that I want to go into something that I don't know about, I'll go to the bookstore and I'll just buy books and books, and I'll get online and I'll just try to learn as much that I can. I'm so sorry, you guys, and I should know better. But I just buy tons and tons of books. So basically, that's what I did. I bought books on how to write, magazine writing, and I just kind of tried to self-teach myself a little bit. And then the most part of it is just kind of learning as I go.
Exactly, and that's what you do. That's the beauty right now of everything that we have. The internet is so accessible. Everything is so accessible on the internet. Exactly. That you can Google or YouTube or whatever it is that you want to learn to do, you can do that. And then if you choose to go a more formal route, you can. But it's really no excuse.
You're exactly right.
Oh my goodness. So you are definitely proof of that.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I just think, I think that, and I always say all the time, I found my passion in my state of depression. That's where I found my passion. Wow. God put me in a quiet space, and He made me sit down and look at myself. And so I found my passion in a depressed state. So.
Wow. I love it. Guys, I tell you, I am just so excited when I tell you that the Spirit is here. I just have to tell you, just great things are coming for Urban Style Media. We are the newest thing in town, but I tell you, we are just moving.
That's right.
We're moving full speed ahead. And so you definitely want to check out Urban Style Media radio show starting October 21st, Sundays, 3 o'clock right here. Exactly. I tell you, and with Miss Bridgette Davis and her dynamic guests. I'm just excited. I just want to say welcome again. Absolutely. Guys, what a fantastic show again, and I definitely definitely wanted to end it with Khadijah, with our family here, because we are moving and doing great things. So you definitely want to stick with us. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Urban Styles Media. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of the show today. I am Dr. Sharon. This is the I Am Dr. Sharon Show, and you know this is where we feature amazing educators, authors, and entrepreneurs. And as always, the bigger the dream, the harder the grind. Push, pray, but continue to grind.
I love it.